I think it's a scenario, and sorry if I dive in and I just banter, but I think it's a scenario where consumers have to vote with their wallet and they have to let people know what they want, right? If Netflix is your go-to for streaming and stuff, and they start dropping the ball in regards to what you're interested in, vote with your wallet. Go in, cancel your subscription, show them that what you wanted is not what they're giving you. Same thing with Disney. Like if you're not using the service or they're dropping a bunch of stuff that are duds, vote with your wallet, stuff like that. Like I think the competition between them, much like the competition between the consoles, is like if one's doing better than the other one, then that's going to have to force that competition. That's going to have to force them to rethink or maybe re-strategize their approach because like you said, like they want our money. They want to be one of our permanent subscriptions that we're getting every month, right? And so I think like maybe the quality will suffer on like a long term or sorry, on a short term basis, but as far as like the long term, I think we'll see benefit from it because the competition and if people vote with their wallets, we'll see more benefit on this type of thing. I don't think just because it's in a service, it's going to go bad. That's always been the fit that people have thrown about Xbox Game Pass, right? Is oh, it's going to go in Game Pass, it's going to be a dud. Well, guess what? Starfield's coming into Game Pass. Doesn't look like a dud to me. There's been plenty of games that came out that weren't duds. Also, something that was made on a very small budget, something like Vampire Slayer or Vampire Survivors, that was on Game Pass, and that thing is phenomenal. Now, does it have the amount of polish as a
Sorry, did you
AAA or
just
something? No.
the sequel to Vampire Survivor, Vampire Slayer?
Don't,
Breaking
dude,
premiere.
don't, don't. Now I'm gonna get in trouble, man, dude. Why? But no, I think if that makes any sense with what I'm saying, I think, people will have to vote with their wallet on it. We might see an influx here and there as far as the quality, but I think at the end of the day, like people are going to have to compete for our money. And so they're going to have to bring their A game. Otherwise, we're going to see some of these different subscription services go, the way of the dodo.
Yeah, I want to add to that. One thing that I hope Microsoft continue to do is allow the studios to have creativity in creating these games, even if there might be a miss here and there. But I think if you have that nice balance of creativity and let the studios make the games they want to make, and not go with the industry, like you have to make this huge open world with RPG element, certain style of game, because that's the game that makes money, and you allow them to make uh you know uh diversity of different type of games. That's where I think the service could sustain itself, because you're gonna have small games, you're gonna have kind of like you call them double A games, you're gonna have your triple A games, and you can have a mixture of them, and that way, you're always gonna be able to sustain it. And I think if you give them the resources, the time, I do think that they're gonna have good quality. So I don't think that will affect the quality of the game, as long as the studios have the time and resources to make the game.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think like it takes a look at something like Netflix, right? There's so much content in there. There's so much different content in there. Sure, not everything is going to be like top tier, but there's always something for somebody. Like if I go in there, I'll scroll through like 80% of the stuff I don't care about, but I will find that section of shows or movies that I could watch that I think is quality. And I think with like Game Pass is going to be similar. Yeah, there's not everything coming onto Game Pass is going to be the greatest thing in the world, but there's going to be so many different styles of games. And then you're going to have those big first party bangers. You're going to have the high quality stuff in there too. So I feel like overall, it's not going to, the net effect won't be a reduction in the quality of games that we get.